Hello? Can you hear me well? I'm hoping that I didn't mess up my settings too much. I did change some audio things, so I'm going to try to play the beat briefly here. And you can just tell me if it sounds okay compared to my voice, or if you can hear it at all. And then, yeah, so if you can hear the beat, how is my voice in level compared to it? Is it all right? Can't hear the song. Interesting. Oh yeah, I think I know why. There we go. Can you hear the beat now? And how's my voice compared to that? Still can't hear the music? Just the voice. Voice is good, yeah. Still can't hear the music. It's gonna be this. How about now? Seems like there's a significant lag in the stream today for some reason. Got the beat now, and how is the voice in comparison? Okay, great. Excuse my eating. Okay, great. Well, let's get started then. I'm just going to start by playing through the main section of the beat. And my goal today is to add on to the drop over here. So I'm not going to, I said that I was going to deal with the build-up. I didn't. Did other things. And now I'm going to deal with the second part of the drop today because that sounds like more fun. So let's give it a shot. From the top. Okay, that part is to be continued.
Atomic activity on the moon.
Yo, Matt. this is a thing I was trying to... Where is that thing anyway? I had some idea I had for another section. Yeah, so welcome everybody. Thank you for joining. And if you have anything to say, anything to add, any questions, anything you want to talk about, please just say hello in the chat and ask away, or at least mention where you're coming in from. Say hello. I'd love to see who's here. The interaction's great for me. Yeah, you can try switching to 5G. I feel like, though, it's probably going to have to do with my streaming, but it should be the same as always. So yeah, I'm not sure why there's more lag today, latency in the delay on the signal, but I'm not really sure how to fix it. I have to restart the stream to try anything different. So yeah, that's probably the only thing you can try for now. Okay, so yes, I want to add to this part. I want to keep the beat going. I don't want to go into a breakdown yet, but I want a new sound or a variation of the sound. So as I was looking at this a little bit earlier today, just some ideas started to come to me. But that doesn't mean that it's going to be good. In fact, it might be terrible. Most of the time when I do it, it's really not good. You think I get this new idea and I think, oh, this is it, you know. I'm really going to do something great now. This idea is just so hip. And then do it and realize that actually sounds stupid. That happens all the time. So this might be that, but we'll see. Use your loading loop in my cover song or official song. Yes, of course, Prashan, that's fine. They're totally free to use if you want to use them in your music. That's not a problem. Okay. So I just picked the first chordal instrument that I could grab in the session, which is this thing that I used in the intro, which might be cool actually to bring back here somehow. So I've got some chords written, or at least the beginning of some chords written, and I don't know what instrument's going to play them, how they're going to be played, or anything like that. They sound like this right at the moment. So the idea is to have some dense, fast-moving changes while the steady beat keeps going. I don't know if they're going to be any good. I'm not 100% satisfied. And there's still probably 4 more changes I need to add to the end of this thing. This is just as far as I got for now. And a few of these voicings really aren't doing it for me. But we'll see how we go. So you like the sound. So I might keep the sound, or I might arpeggiate with this sound instead and use a pad or something to do the actual chords. I'm not sure. I had this feeling in mind that I wanted for these chords in terms of a sound. I don't know what this is. Oh. Yeah. Actually, I wonder. Could try just to see. So, okay, first chord. This is dense stuff here. I feel like I don't even know if it's worth getting into. First chord is a... What key am I in? Oh yeah, so it's a D flat, major 7, sharp 11. Going to an A flat, first inversion, major 9. Try to put them in halftime instead. I feel like the drop matches the rhythm. I feel like that drop matches the rhythm of the rest of the song too much, the chords. These chords you think are going too fast. I feel like maybe even faster. I'm gonna, before I worry about the rhythm too much, I want to get the sound, and then I will think about that. The harmonic rhythm, as we would call it. So let's pull this down just for now to, oh God. That's more the sound I want, but not that sound. So The eternal question, serum or omnisphere? Holy moly. It's going to be... we'll try another omnisphere, why not? The alien whale sound is... It's not a serum sound, it's an omnisphere sound. So yeah. You need omnisphere to run it. It's just a stock sound. I think stock sound from omnisphere. Okay, so this guy. And then some kind of soft, chordy thingy. I'm gonna go for, I actually have no idea. Let's just, there's so many things in here. Try bowed colors. I mean, who doesn't want to click on that? Bowed colors. Giant flow of molten metal, holy moly. Hi, Miles. Great to have you here. Are these sounds like crazy loud for you guys too? Whew. What a time to be alive. That's more in the direction. But kind of too harsh. Let's try this though. I'm gonna use this sound and just gonna filter it. Where are you, sound? Guess I can click it, right? Is that a thing? Oh, I'm probably hiding it. There we go. So I'm gonna try to filter the high frequencies out of this sound. It's obviously really cool as it is, but not what I'm going for. Those harmonics just kind of ruin it. Something like this could work. So where have you gone now? So we're gonna try I think it's in the wrong octave, but we'll just try pulling it straight onto this thing for now. Not bad, doable. Needs reverb, of course. Now sound is so good. Yeah, I like it too. Okay, oh man, there's so many tracks in here, it's just a nightmare. I need to start making some scenes so I can get rid of things. Yeah, definitely the reverse quality is where it's at. Let's just send it to a reverb we've already got and pray. It's better. I like this. Oops. Okay, so the next chord then, what are we on right now? We're on some kind of A flat, minor 11, first inversion. And then that's going to go to this guy. Hard to say without the context. I'm just going to, am I playing in the wrong octave? Correct. Lots of possibilities. So I'm tying all the notes together, joining them, whatever, that can be, so that, yeah, nice gospel. That's the goal of my life, is to sound like gospel music, man, really. So any notes that can be tied together are tied together, so that there's certain parts of the sound that carry over continuously, like in literally the tone of the sound, and then certain parts of them restart more frequently. This needs to be quicker. Yeah. I don't know yet. The last chord will appear soon. Okay, we're just going to, like I say, this might be a complete diversion into complete garbage. A complete diversion into complete garbage. It could be pretty bad, that's what I'm trying to say, when I actually put things to it and try to make it happen. But you got to test these ideas out, or you never know, right? You just got to go for it. So for the bass, I'm just going to use, for now, the... Wow, there's so many serums here, too many. Where's that sizzle bass? There it is. Like this, with some probably not as much high frequencies in it. But then we will... Where does it start? There? Yeah. So it probably needs a more jumpy bass line, or to be up an octave. This buzziness is just really terrible. Unbuzz. Let's see. Let's try that. So the transition going into it, of course, need to be all like kind of recrafted. David, yo, nice to see you, or see your writing. So yeah, that transition into those chords, if I decide to keep the chords, is going to have to like really be altered, but I'm going to run from back here into them and then see how it feels. Could be used at some point. I don't know if it's going to work right now, though. I'm just going to try to... Oh, this is a nightmare. How do we do this? Make everything happen faster. Maybe the beat in halftime to differ the rhythm in the break. Yeah, that could actually be cool. I was thinking about that earlier, doing a halftime beat instead. I don't know, is that a thing? Halftime house? I don't know house enough to know if that's a thing, but in another track I did before, I did it that way. Like a full house kick drum thing, but with the snare coming halftime. Don't know if that's a thing people do. Oh geez, I think I've screwed this all up. Kind of like that too, if I could actually accomplish it. If only I was good enough to just play this right away once again, that would be nice. All EDM is blending. Halftime drops from dubstep have made their way in other genres. Yeah, no doubt about it. I agree. Hi there. Did you go to music production school? If so, do you think it's worth it? I've been told you can learn everything on YouTube. What do you think? That's a good question. I went to audio engineering school, not music production school, although I turned it into music production school. I went when I was 19 to a school, like an audio school, that would teach about, I don't know, microphones and mixing consoles and blah, blah. And they had a computer lab there. And then from the first day that I walked into the computer lab, they had Reason on the computers, and I started making beats on there, and I basically didn't do anything else through school. I went to a couple lectures here and there, but basically skipped everything just to make beats all the time, because that's what I found out I really, really wanted to do. Could I have done that at home? Yes, but I did. In my particular circumstance, I certainly needed that set of events to make it happen for me. But yeah, I don't think it's necessary to go to school, not for this and not for many things. Just depends on your interest level. If you are truly in love with the thing, truly passionate about it, you will just do it. You don't need someone to tell you you have to do it or get good grades or whatever. So the benefit of that is that you get to study everything yourself in the way that you want to, but the detriment is you don't have a community there helping you and nobody who's relying on you to do it well, right? You just got to be self-motivated to do everything. But it's great because you can save a whole lot of money, spend that money on plugins and awesome sounds and YouTube courses, or you spend on a YouTube course, a Udemy course or whatever, And then the thing is, if you do it a lot, you will get good at it. There's just no way around it. That's all it takes. No one has some kind of magic trick. It's just, you just practice. You make a lot of beats over and over and over and over and over, or beats, whatever kind of music you make. And then, yeah, eventually things just become easier. In my first year of making beats officially, I think I made over 100 beats just like hip hoppy stuff, and then the next year the same, just constantly making it, every different genre I could think of. That was the best practice I could have had, and I didn't need school to do it particularly. So let's see if we can get the rest of these moved over here. But some people go to school and it's great, and depending on like if you're a musician, you know, like you want to be an actual musician, somebody who plays an instrument professionally, then maybe that's a different scenario. I think you can still do it without school, but then with school, you have a ton of other musicians around you. You can jam together. I've heard that's just where it's at. I've not tried it though. Success. Yeah, so this is going to happen at some point here. The halftime beat idea is interesting. I don't have a snare that is... maybe just hold that last chord for 4 beats. Oh yeah, you think that this D flat thingy here? Like 4 beats... and just through this whole bar right here? Is that what you mean, David? That would actually be pretty dope. Move the bass around, do something cool. There's actually +4. I don't know what that means exactly. From here out to here. Potentially like that. I'm going to give you one other option. Something like this. I don't know if my ears telling me I've got it correct. Whew, that was pretty cool. What about that, David? Hold that for 2 bars. Hazelman, I actually already answered your question like 5 minutes ago. If you rewind, you might have missed it. If you rewind 5 minutes or something, you'll hear I gave a pretty lengthy explanation, my opinion on the music school thing, for production school thing. Come down again. Maybe. Probably need a new bass. All the way to 81. Yeah, I've got it. There must be a big lag there, David. Are you sure you're live? If you like refresh the page or push go live, I feel like you've got a pretty significant delay. I don't know what I'm doing there. Maybe that bass is kind of interesting too, hey? Ah, nice, cool. Let's just loop that for a minute. This bass is probably not going to work, but maybe the bass line I can get from it might. thing I've noticed, maybe anyone else who works with like dense harmony, doing first inversion major seventh chords with low bass notes, like when I'm playing that A flat, I don't have a good instrument on to play this, but I don't even know where one is. That A flat major, Jesus, how about this thing? Sure. This chord, A flat major 7 first inversion. When they have low bass notes, I feel like it just ruins it. I don't know why. When inverted chords get too low, or the bass notes get too low, something about it just gets messed with. It sounds great in the chords, but it's just not quite doing it for me in the bass. Maybe that final chord is too much of a final landing zone. Yeah, it definitely is. I'm wondering though if I'm even going to have this part run twice. I kind of feel like this run of chords might just be a one-off thing, or maybe happens again a minute later. Just one time through the chords, hit that landing zone chord, some passing chord, and then back into the main beat or a similar variation of it. The main beat's in F minor. So, oh yeah, try the halftime rhythm. Or a whole nother set of chords after that. Whew. Okay, the first thing I'm going to try for the halftime rhythm is just snares on halftime. And I know that's not really what you're talking about when you're thinking about a dubsteppy beat, but I'm just going to try that first. Let's see, we're missing a kick drum here. Oops. Like this. My little flicky things are off. A bunch of this would have to change to make it happen. Yeah, so maybe I'll try more like what I'm assuming you're asking about. Tell me if I'm wrong. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm going to do. Less 4 on the floor. More like a dubsteppy thing or a hip-hoppy thing. I probably need a different snare, though. This is probably not thick enough to work on its own. We'll see. I need another hi-hat doing a little. Michelle, hi. Great that you made it. More hip-hop. More hip-hop indeed. So, let's see. What? Oh, let's see. Right. I'm on 8th note triplets. Okay, so I'm trying to do just a little swung pattern here. Like this. Don't know why Studio One does that when you have triplets turned on, but whatever. No, it's gonna sound like crap. I can already tell. Kick on 1, hat on and snare on 2. On 2, snare on 2, that's not halftime. That's just a, whatever, house beat. Talking about snare on 3. really the right drum kit to be doing this with, but maybe, I mean, I'm down for the experiment. We'll give it a shot. Oh, I see, I've got this thing turned down too. Hat on 2. Yeah, I've got a hat on 2 and 1. I got the rhythms. Ish, like that, except his snare would need to be bigger. Doesn't quite float my boat yet, but maybe we can get to the boat floating shortly. Chords are kind of busy, but they're not busy in the sense that they're only changing on the beat. And so a syncopated rhythm could be complementary, is usually anyway, but I will try to tame these things for you just because I care. But yeah, it's not going to happen. Not in this song. I do that in some other tracks, switching to the halftime thing, going, you know, from the housey thing to the hip hop or dubstep. But here, I'm trying to make like a fully danceable house track, and I want to keep that energy up. So I tried, but it just ain't doing it for me. Sorry, bro. All these patterns are going to change, but I do think I need to keep the house vibe. These chords are loud, hey? There's a lot of cool stuff that can happen with this, and we're going to get into it in just a second. But first, I need to get some context again here. Who could possibly be doing this? I've got ideas. How this works for me generally in this sort of situation, where I've got two sections that are right next to each other because I've put them that way, but they don't flow yet. I don't actually even know if they're going to go next to each other, or I might separate them by a bar, 2 bars, 4 bars, and create a kind of custom section, a custom transition that goes between them that only occurs once and only occurs at that time to bridge two sections that don't quite flow together but are both cool in their own right. So what I will do is probably try to flesh out this section a bit more and then decide if it's even worth keeping. I have a hard time deciding that until I can hear the whole thing all together. If it is worth keeping, then we either try to make a transition that goes from the main drop into it, like directly, or we're going to write a little bridge section, connecting section between them. But we're going to pretend that the first part doesn't even exist right now and just try to work on this thing. So I have a few ideas. One is that I want to bring back the sound from the intro, the kind of retro-y thing, which is... Session is so messy, man. Every time I see it, I just can't take it. And I'm going to try to arpeggiate, maybe, these chords here. Or play, I don't know exactly what yet. So, the chords go by so fast. So there's only room for 2 notes per chord, really, unless we're going to do something ridiculous. But I don't think so. They can play a little melody. So something cool to do, if we look in the harmony here, the whole harmony is moving down. So I want this element to be moving up, and I'm going to look within the chords to find the most chromatic line that I can that moves continuously upwards. So you're going to start on some note, and every note that the melody hits is going to be a chord tone, but it's going to be as close ascending-wise to that note as possible to make the tiniest motions in the melody moving up while the whole chords move down. So sometimes it's easy to find, sometimes it's not, because the way that the chords are all spaced across a couple octaves here, you might have to, mentally or even in the actual program, move them up and down an octave to see how the notes relate. So, for instance, looking at the first chord, I don't have my little keyboard thingy up here. Maybe I should do that. I think some people liked it last time, so. Chordy, the best keyboard app around. Ta-da. Okay, so in my first chord, I wonder what chord he thinks my first chord is called. Hey, same thing I called it. I said D flat, it says C sharp, so okay, we're in business. This going down to this. We're going to have to try a few different options here. So what I'm going to do to make this whole thing work, yo, Connor, you're going to like this thing I'm working on here. Trying to make an upwards chromatic rising melody that fits the chord tones of these descending chords. And let's do it in this sound. So I'm going to make the block first, empty little MIDI block. Then I will, thank you, Prashun. Yeah, any likes are always appreciated. Then I will add, there's a thing you can do here that's escaping me now. Right, so I'm going to add the chords behind it visually so that I can see the chords, but I'm actually just writing or drawing on the new thing. So, for instance, I don't know that there is any chromatic notes between the first two chords. There is one, but it's in the wrong octave for us to be able to work with it. And so what we'll do, try to play the same note twice, which is second best. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, there we go. Like this. And then you see it can rise chromatically to this note here. And now we have a chromatic note below, which means we're not going to have one above. So we're going to be forced to either stay on the same note or jump a whole step. So looking down here, the whole step is part of the chord, so that's what we'll do. Jump this guy a whole step. Then here we're on a B flat. So ideally we would like a B note, which is in this chord. It's down here, so we'll try it. It's going to cause a problem though. We're going to do it anyway, just for fun. In that octave actually might be fine. Now a B, the ideal note would be a C. Do we have a C in here? No C's. So instead we have a C sharp. So let's go there. Vince, your lag seems really intense. You might be rewinded in the stream. If you refresh your page or click the live button, it might bring you right up to speed. It depends on how you have it, if you're actually present with the live stream or if you're looking back in time a bit. So this is going to be harmonized. It sounds odd on its own. This is one possible route through these changes. It's not the nicest starting on this sharp 4, but I'm going to keep it and potentially harmonize it. Let's see if it accepts this. That note, that's for sure. So this next chord is A flat major 9 first inversion, which means that G flat is a flat 7, so it ain't gonna work. So hey, now we're in business. We're getting away with this for a minute here. This is a flat 9 interval between this B and this B flat, or this A sharp in this case, or the other way around, that is. It's in that chord for sure. Doesn't sound completely horrible though, so. I'm gonna try a couple options. No, it's gotta go up. And then this can walk right up to this 5th, of course. Now for fun, we're just gonna harmonize it. So here, what chord am I playing? D flat. I'm going to try to do some kind of interesting things here. Success, we'll see. Parallel fifths, parallel fourths. Who's got a problem with that? May as well do it right, like this. This could have gone down just for fun. I kind of am. I mean, I'm always thinking about voice leading in terms of how the hi Lev, in terms of how the notes lay. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna take the line over voice leading in this case, meaning if I'm doubling a third, like the chord is underneath it is playing and I'm playing the third again with this thing and it's making it too strong, I would rather do that and have a cool line than I would keep the balance, the voice leading. Could hit this too. That's even better. Okay. So this is sounding okay, like in the chat. But there's a few ways. That's not one of the ways that we improve it. It's really not. We try to do this sort of thing. Ooh, this is cool. Efficient to organize the notes on the MIDI grid. I like to get the rough outline by ear and then go in for surgery with the grid note adjustment. Do you find it more efficient to organize the notes on the MIDI grid? I'm not quite sure what you mean by the question. Often I'm playing with my hands. When I get into nitty-gritty voice leading stuff, I can see it quicker on the MIDI grid. I mean, I've been reading them for a long time, so it's like reading sheet music to me. But otherwise, I do use my hands most often, but I'm often playing chords that are going beyond my stretch that I can get with ease, so I would rather do it on the MIDI. So, yeah, I like the idea. I don't know if I like the sound. This thing's not working either. You like the sound? Yeah, I do like it in and of itself. Maybe if I throw like a really high note on a different synth over top of all this stuff, I feel like too in the mud at the moment. What are the synths that we have that we can just use? Oh, we got this thingy. But we've just been hearing that actually. Got this thing. This thing. This could be of interest. If you just duplicate this down to that track and layer them. Oh God. No. He was trying to bounce on me. I'm not having it. Down to Aurora. It's interesting. If it was quieter. Or am I might just scrap the whole thing. I really can't decide at this moment. Move you out of the way. And now we're thinking about what note rings through this whole thing. What's the most common note? Is it going to be an A flat? Yes. Yes, it is. A flat rings through every chord. So it doesn't ring well through every chord though. It all sucks. No. Something like that. Like I say, I don't think this part's gonna loop like we're hearing it right now. Never know. Man, I got some lag from my keyboard right now. It's playing me poorly. Whenever you put those device block sizes up, get more lag, becomes hard to play everything. It's a price you pay. No, it's just a no. Could happen at some point, but not like that. Not in that place. Just wow, this chat just exploded. So many things weren't there a second ago. Okay, I understand all the comments now. Could I swing the ascending melody? Do you mean like... There's only two ways to do it. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. Da-dum, 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 da. It's kind of interesting. The top line having a delay, you mean the top line swung like this? Yeah, I know. I'm on triplet mode right now, so 100% swing is actually just triplets. So if I do it on straight with the swing, I just get this division and this division. I don't get the one in the middle. If I hit triplets, it doesn't matter if it's swung or not, it stays the same. It switches me back and forth there, but triplets like this or triplet swung is the same. So the last triplet is the same as the swing. Just not having it. Just not. This bass. The top line is sitting before the 2 and 4. Oh, there's a swing part to do it at the top header. Yeah. You mean dun 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 dun. I gotta cut the same thing but backwards. I actually quite like this move, you know. I don't like the bass at all, but I do like the way that it's swung. Probably gonna hate it in 5 minutes from now, but oh well. That MIDI note you have on the 2, move it like a 16th early, and on the 4 as well. The MIDI note I have on the 2, talking about this, move it a 16th early. The 4 is already early. If that's what you mean, it's not doing it for me. The lag is tough to deal with when doing the very specific things like that, because I've already moved on from something and then I just, you know what I mean? Yeah, so pretend this is not looping, because it's just not. It's really not going to loop on itself like that. It's going to go to a different chord afterwards. But I am going to try giving this thing like a bar of space. Is a bar enough time? Sure. Calling me lazy or the bass lazy? So something's going to fill this bar, and it's going to make us happy when we get into the next part. Thum, dum, dum. Something like that. Maybe we use one of these chord sounds that we've got in here. Yeah, it's a very nice sound. Maybe these guys can start early and hit an F minor chord. Of some sort. It's an F minor 11. There's potential here. I can feel it. Something like this. Can't be quite so static like that. You feel like the descending line moves too quickly, too busy. The descending line of the harmony or the whole thing altogether? The chord is just not doing well. Could be nice reprieve there and bridge nicely if that bar 77 was was extended for another bar at halftime and then moved into the bar 78 as is, it would be perfect. Sorry for the halftime bandwagon, but I feel it needs a break. I dig you. Now, the thing is, I don't know about you. I love to dance. And it's very tricky, and I've learned over the years to distinguish between electronic music made for listening and electronic music made for dancing. And most of the time I make electronic music made for listening. It's busy, complex, changes rhythms a lot, all this kind of stuff, made for listening. It's interesting. But when I'm dancing, I often just like brief breaks and coming back to this, when I'm on this kind of groove, this house groove. That's why I'm hesitant to do the halftime thing. I'll give it a shot, probably, but I have my reservations. Trying to get a fancy chord in here, but it's just not cool. That's better. With some other stuff, like it's not going to be so sparse as that and so abrupt as that, but yeah, I think it sounds better too. Yeah, I know, the voice thing, it just, it would be nice to have voice, but at the same time, if you're a big streamer, I guess people have voice, you're just screwed. You just can't do that. You ever seen this? You've seen the chat on somebody who streams a lot? Oh my God. It's a nightmare. Yeah, I know what you're saying there, Matt. Can you extend that bar for one more? I just haven't gotten to that point in my thinking process yet, but I do hear you. I know what you mean. You mean push this whole section back to here, have this thing chill a bit longer. You're wanting a halftime beat in that thing. I got it. Yeah, I like it too. Let's see if we can make it happen. Played the wrong notes. Yes, chimes. Okay, everybody's in favor. Great. Happy about that. Do the wrong ones you played with the new ones. Yeah, it's going to sound messy because the notes are right next to one another, but I can just add them in here. If they were spread out a little bit more, it would work, but in that orientation, it doesn't quite. It goes like this. Or like this. Or like this. Nope. Like this. Had off rhythm against what we consider coming and made the sounds of danceable. Yeah, I definitely like rhythms that are not quantized, absolutely. And most of the time that's what I'm doing. So far in this song I'm not doing, but usually that's the case. I like the high one too. Let's try to... in fact, let's... The issue with doing the unquantized thing in terms of like how to get a good performance is, if my... yeah, you're right. If my keyboard was not delayed both milliseconds here and in the device block size, I could play really accurately and get a cool thing. So otherwise I'm going to have to try to do the humanize function, which I basically hate. But, you know, we'll try. Yeah, I agree. The delay is at 38 milliseconds because of my mastering chain. Well, and all the plugins I'm running. My I/O stuff is just my interface. So I'm going to get this little thingy, bring him over here. Yeah, I agree, Matt. When you watch me stream any other kind of music in the future, except for this, you'll see a lot of that actually being played stuff. This has got to be smooth still somehow, but... Bah, I say. What we're going to do is this. Bounce. What is that sound with the double transient? You mean the bell sound? I'm going to read your messages in just a sec. Where am I here? What is this track? What? I see. Okay, so I'm getting multiple requests to lengthen the thing. That's what I was getting to. Let's give it a shot. We'll grab all this. Oh God. Not you, not you. You need to be split. Okay, we're gonna have to grab it like this. Oh, I gotta move all this crap too. I don't really need that crap anymore. Okay. No. When you start with the wrong selection like that, it's a nightmare. Can't stand it. Okay, you're all here now. You are moved here now. You are moved here. Hold this chord for the whole time? Maybe. I'd love to find a keyboard shortcut to grab all the arrangement to split. Good feel for the keyboard mouse. Do you mean like split the whole arrangement in the same spot? Because you can do that. Change chords. Changing chords, always a good idea. Everybody likes a chord change. Yeah, I've made a lot of keyboard shortcuts for Studio One, inspired by guys who do video editing. They like do all these shortcuts. I mean, people probably do it in audio too. All these shortcuts so that you never have to move your hand from the mouse or the keyboard. You never want to bring this one over here. Never want to bring this one over here. Everything lays under the fingers with zero having to like alter the position. I am not fully accomplished yet, but I'm not far off. I don't know what you mean, Matt. Yeah, exactly, like a video game. You have to kick on the 1, another hit on the 3 for the next bar, kick on the 1, another hit on the 3. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay, I'll try that in a minute. Need a second instrument if I could to get the ba-doo-doo in between there. This guy, well, he's coming in a second, but maybe. Glad you like it. Yeah, I like the chime notes too. It'll be good to have something that goes in between them. Don't want to bring that guy in too soon. Oh, this guy. No, not you. Not you. You. Be interesting to hit that, right? I'm gonna do your thing in a minute, Matt. I haven't forgot. That's pretty cool. Excellent. So you're talking about some kind of this situation. I'm going to use the clap for now, but you mean like it would be the big reverb probably on it. That sort of thing. Yes, you're right on the Bill and Ted front, that's for sure. Yeah, this could be good. I need to change drum sounds though, just for this part. I was just gonna say that. Oh, the third beat being delayed. The clickiness of my lateness on my bells is making a weird rhythm now. Let me just try something. I'm going to mute these drums altogether and grab my addictive drum. This is the wrong kit to use, but yeah. Super delayed. I feel like the chat is super delayed. On the thing? Yeah, they keep it simple. I hear you. It'll be quick for you. I mean, you guys are maybe, guess, a little bit delayed from me, but it must not be too bad. Okay, let's make it happen here. Just for this one hit, I'm gonna throw a massive reverb on the snare. Yeah, I don't know about the groove. We'll see. I gotta open my door. It's hella hot in here. That's not bad. Bounce this out. Do something cool. Do something cool, Max. Make it cool. Chimes need less syncopation. Syncopation is half my life, bro. Everybody's got beef with the chimes. I get it. Okay. How come I'm not hearing my reverb? It should be automatically soloed with this. Oh yeah, because it's going through the mix bus. What like this? Does this work? Oh, come on. Just give it to me. Routing. Who needs it? same rhythm you have on the EQ drums. If you match the chime's rhythm with that simplicity, it'd be cool. On the EQ drums, it's just the drums. It's not anything different. But you want just ba, ko, ba, ko. I don't think I can part with those bells, man. I think they're pretty dope. They're too loud, like Megan was saying. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. I think I need to bounce this out again. Go ba-doom, ba-doom. Come down to the doom. Do it here. Reverse this. Like so. And uppity. This one comes down. Good, I'm glad you liked the little extra doohickey there. Try muting some of the eighth notes. Okay. I will do it for you. I will do it. How about these two muted? How do you like that? Try to mimic the birdie in the yard. The like Dr. P one. Let's put this one back in. You know, I just can't live without these hits. You wanted the opposite one. This is the problem with this. I think the other way. Yeah, someday I gotta do the R2D2 bird for sure. Maybe just record it and then like try to mix with it somehow. Oops. What about this? Can the chimes continue into the next section somehow? Such a good beat. Oh, you have the bird recorded. That's great. Yeah, they probably can. That's better, hey? Fade the reverb out for a second. I'll try to put the chimes here. It might be too much chimes, if there is such a thing. I need another sound here. It's so fuzzy and dull weirdness. I need something that cuts. What did you do with the automation there? I just took down the volume of the actual MIDI track right after the note hit, so that the thing cuts out, the volume cuts out immediately, and then the swell comes in. Okay, Prashun, thank you so much for being here. I wish you'd do an automation tutorial with keyboard shortcuts. Oh yeah, that's a good idea actually. Could do phasing out chimes, sparser and sparser. You mean through the section, I assume, is what you mean? Oh, these things sound so out of tune. Swelling chimes with the beat. That's an interesting idea. The chimes have had their day, you know, a couple times they've appeared. The thing with the sound like too much of that, I feel like I'm skeptical. However, the idea of swelling chimey chords could be of interest. In which case I will take that part is so cool. The new part we just did, is that what you mean? I wonder if, well, let's just try this first as the simple idea. That off-tune quality is terrible. No, that's not going to do it. We're going to take the chords and we're going to put them on the chimes track. Put them up a couple octaves. That's kind of cool in that octave too. That's good. Let's try this. I'm gonna bounce this, reverse it, bounce this. Wow, this is going to be confusing, but I will succeed. I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to chop on every hit. And then I will it's Command R is the shortcut for reverse. It's like the best thing in Studio One. Gonna pull this in 1/16 and then fade these all in like this. And then I need to pull them away because the order is reversed. Now I will take this one first. This second. This is like a fake side chain, reverb thing. Sounds like complete garbage. Damn it. No, 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 no. Can't even hear the nose. It's just... It's unfortunate because it was going to be cool. I swear. No, I really don't like it. It's out. It's completely out. For the idea of swelling chimes in the break section, having them do what the MIDI did with the reverb at the end, could you put a real sidechain on it? It's tricky because they're already sidechained to the kick. And it just, yeah, I don't know that it's enough, it's worth enough, that it would be good enough to be worth the effort. It would take me a while to get it sounding really decent. Have them do what the MIDI did with the reverb. You mean like constantly swelling in the break section? This last chord, I've got to change it. Oh, God, at some point. I can hear my kick drum coming from the house. My studio is separate from the house, and Megan is in the house. And I can hear the doom, 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 doom for like 10 seconds after I stop playing. Yeah, constantly swelling in the break section. You just mean like I could just bounce this, join them, reverse them. Reverse them, that's not going to work. Maybe. If I cut them and reverse them. That was actually pretty fucking cool. More subtle though. Okay, Matt. Got the ideas here. Just a constant storehouse of good ideas. Lev thinks so too. Really fucking cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I don't know if he's into swearing or not. I didn't mean to give the child some vocal fodder. Take it for another bar. Come on now. Only so many bars I can take it for. Ghostly louder before the chimes. You mean that you want this sound I don't quite understand what you mean. Gotta remove this automation here. How about this, Matt? I do it for 2 bars now, and the next time it appears, like 2 minutes later from now, I can do another, do it twice as long with an extra chord change. I feel like I can't hear anymore sometimes. You can't hear the ghosty note? It has like a little break in its reverb, but it's quite loud. The thing is, the reverb is quite loud. Sounds stupid. First chime hit quieter, yeah? Sure. Give it a try. The peer pressure, Matt. Come on. The third bar creates an unconventional build. I understand. I understand. Yeah, I think we gotta keep the chime high. We also need a big, like, coming into this section. So I'm gonna just grab faithful Lydian loops for anybody in the know. You know what I'm talking about. Lydian loops. Number 2, you've got some sweeps. Like this. I'm just gonna have to like go through and organize this one day. It's just a complete disaster. Sorry for any peer pressure. No, it's fine. I'm kidding. I won't succumb to your peer pressure if I don't want to. If I want to, I'm happy for it. Keep the pressure up. So this needs to go to the drum. Let's go to the mix bus. Lev would like to know how long you've been a YouTuber for. Not very long. Well, okay, there goes my Studio One session. God damn. I've uploaded my first YouTube video in like 2008, I think, me playing guitar. If you want to see me fresh-faced, you can go back on my channel and find that for sure. Keep the original backup that is newer than the original has been found. Do you want to open the backup? Yes. Yeah, so probably 2008 or 2009, I think I uploaded my first video, but I only started doing this sort of stuff on YouTube a few months ago, after many people telling me I should do it and wanting to for a long time, but never getting around to it. And yeah, so not very long I've been a YouTuber. Okay, so all we did was miss the Lydian Loops edition here. Maybe that was a sign I shouldn't add it. But I think I should. Not the whole thing, just a little bit. Send it to the instrument, let's do the drum bus. Pull it in like this, sweep it like this, this. Ugh. Isn't what I wanted. That's loud. You want the ghosty more, do you? Have that EQ drop down at the end. The EQ? What do you mean? At the end of what? It's 8:59, my friends. I don't know that I'm going to be chilling much longer here. For the swoosh, low pass at the end of the riser? Is that what you mean? Before bar 77. You mean like that? Low pass at the end of the riser. I can low pass the whole track at the end of the riser. Oh no, that's a high pass. In fact, let's try a high pass first. How about that? I'm gonna take the easy way out. That's kind of cool. It doesn't get there. My delay compensation's not working. I don't get my kick on time, but it's kind of cool. Indeed. Lev wants to say he's really liking talking to you and seeing you make music on YouTube. That's great. Thank you, Lev. I'm glad to have you here too. I'm happy to talk to you. I'm probably gonna pack it in. Before I pack it in, I'm gonna play a couple of tracks from when I first started producing. This is like when I was 19 or something like that. Maybe I'll do a couple of these tracks, just a little bit of them every time, so that you get a sense of where I came from, because it wasn't here. Finished tracks. This is not nearly an exhaustive list of my finished tracks here. I hope that you're going to be able to hear these. In fact, I'm going to have to quit this. Yes. Let's hear it. Okay, well, this is my folder of finished tracks. It doesn't include anything probably newer than like 3 years ago or 4 years ago. Stuff I did for work, with a friend, with, okay, that's not a complete list at all of students. With my partner, I had a partner, a student of mine who became, we became a duo, an electronic music duo some years ago. We did some tracks together you can find on my YouTube. Here's the older stuff. This stuff was done in the first year of producing when I went to audio school. There's so much garbage in here. There's some decent ones. I will try to find something decent and something garbage and see how we do. I don't even remember what half of these sound like. Oh, here's one. This is called Toad. No, they're not the MySpace ones. rapping over. Like I was working with rappers at the time, and so I didn't put any melodies or anything in them. Okay, there's a kind of melody. So there's something. Here's another one. Here's one that I did, a hip hop beat. This is one of my only sampled beats. I found this literally on a record, this sample I used, and then I heard a real hip hop group use the same sample like a few years later. I think they'd actually made the beat before I did, but we came on the same sample. It goes like this. That like late 90s hip hop stuff. Get the idea. There were some decent ones. Not all of them, but oh yeah, I've made every genre, man. Like I can't stay away. Here's some, I don't know if you've heard these before. This is some metal I made a few years ago. I don't know if you're into metal, but here you go. Yeah, I grew up on metal. I've always been a big metalhead. I would say that jazz hop is probably my most authentic style when I make it myself, but metal is very close. Doublet. Here's a doublet. Is this the one you're talking about? This is my first dubstep or second dubstep song, I think. I only made like 4 of them, but this is one of them. This will be the last one I play for now. Come a long way in my mixing, that's for sure. Skeptical of halftime. I've spent a lot of my life in halftime. Holy moly, halftime is just where it's at. Yeah, that's probably all the decent ones I'm going to go through today. We'll do some more next time. There's like hundreds of them, so Yeah, definitely. Good. Well, thanks everybody for stopping by. I got something done anyway. Let me just play through this one more time here just to get a feel for it. This is going to have to change, but just getting there. Getting there. Thanks everybody for your ideas too. That was great. A lot of help. So yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your night, day, whatever it is, and I'll try to post early the next time I know I'm going to stream. Probably not tomorrow, but maybe Monday would be good. So have a good couple days. Thanks so much for everything, for your support and for showing up and chatting with me. Really appreciate it. Have a good night. See you soon. I will end the stream. I left my page here. Here's the end stream button.